This is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted. The running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Pulled in at the 24. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll swing this out to Tony. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Tony. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. They stop it for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Barkley, a 1st down and more. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Boy, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
We got 3. We got
3. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5. Now Fields. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this in my
touchdown. Cole Kmet from 10 yards out. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Push him back. Push him back.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll run with Montgomery, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight?
Here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. On the return, here's White. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Open man right side is Tony. Sheds up, and oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there on the screen pass.
They went with the ever-popular RPO on that play, and what they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you've got to be like a punt return. You've got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
Barkley is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and But we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Now White on a return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Fields now to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw now on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 2, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On 2nd down now. It's Montgomery, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Fields steps away to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score. But you're right, momentum definitely in their favor right now.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting a ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flushed out right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
He spins free. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them,
he's got a man complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now back to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining. But that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And got his man complete. And he takes it in for a score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the